Hello, it is Wednesday, September 7th, and it is time for another Facebook Live. Tonight we're playing with this fun Bewitching bundle, which is a stamp set and a punch bundle. But while y'all are finding me, I'm going to get it shared to my group in case there's somebody there looking for the video. Hopefully my laptop will cooperate. There we go. I love doing Halloween cards. I know it's not everybody's favorite thing to do, but I do love them. And I had to, usually I buy several Halloween sets, but this time I tried not to just because I know they don't usually carry over. And so I have a limited time that I can use them. There we go. We're getting there. Hello, Betty. I'm just getting this shared to my group and then we will get started. So as always, I will post on my blog when this is done, the dimensions for the card. So if you want to recreate it or something similar, you can do that. All right, we've got it shared. And then everybody that comments on this video will be in the drawing for this card next Wednesday. So last Wednesday, we made this card using some of the celebration items that are gone now. So hopefully you got them. And so at the end, I will tell you who won that card from last week. But let's get started. So tonight we are using the Bewitching bundle. So it's this stamp set and this punch. It's easier to show you the punch from the back side. So it punches out the hat band, and some stars. And then it has these cute feet, but we're not using the feet tonight. The other thing I use, well, a couple of other things from this mini catalog, is this black and white designer series paper. So it's like black and gray and black and white. But it's really, I mean, this is such versatile paper. You can use it on lots of things, but to me it was perfect for Halloween. So that's why I used it on this card. And then the last new thing that I'm using is this washi tape. So it's a set of 4 colors, and it is so sparkly. You can even see that on camera. That's how sparkly it is. Isn't that fun? And so we use that on this card too. So lots of fun new things, but let's get started. Get my pieces out. So I just have some scraps of basic white that we're going to do our hats on. And I am going to start with, so this one is for my black hat. And I'm using my Stamparatus, and actually I'm going to turn it this way so that I've got space. Excuse me. Just because I want to be able to get a nice dark black image. And that is hard to do. Excuse me, let me get a drink. That is hard to do with just stamping one time. So with the Stamparatus, I'm going to put this under here to give it some support. You can stamp as many times as you need to get a nice deep black image. Whoops, that is in the wrong place. There we go. So see, that's just not a deep enough image. There's spots that didn't get. They're just not dark enough for me. I think I did it 3 times when I made the card. Let's see. Well, that's pretty good. We'll do it one more time and it'll be really good. Hey, Debbie. Ah, yes, that's good. All right, we are going to use the black again, but it's just going to be for the hat that has lines, so we won't have to worry about it being quite so dark. So I'm going to set that aside. If I can get it out from underneath. Set that aside. Lots of stuff here. Okay, can move that away, out of the way. All right, so our other hats, for the polka dot one, I used pumpkin pie. And then we're going to do some coloring with blends too. So this guy is pumpkin pie. Such a fun set. All right, and that's all we need that for. And then we'll get our black again. But since this is a line one, you don't have to put it on the Stamparatus and make sure you get it as dark as the other. Be easier to stamp just the lines like this. And then we're going to color it with blends. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and punch them out before oh, see, I messed that one up. We'll turn it over. Not a problem. That's why there are two sides. Okay. Let's try this again. That's why there are two sides to every paper. Okay. Carefully set that aside. Don't touch it. We'll punch these other two out first. And the reason I do that is if it slipped on me, I mean, you really want to do it when you're doing die cutting for sure, but I like to do it when I'm punching also, because then if for some reason it slips, then you haven't spent time coloring it. And we're going to keep one of these scraps because we're going to do a hat band too. And let's get our black hat. And then we'll do our hat band while we're giving that other one a chance to dry, just to be sure I don't mess it up again. All right, so what we're going to do is take a couple of strips of, this time I used the black washi. And you're just going to put them right up against each other like that. And then take your punch, and we're going to make a sparkly hat band out of it. So you just slide it in so your hat band is out of washi. There you go. Isn't that fun? Okay. Oh yeah, we got to punch this one last one. Let's see if we can punch him now without causing trouble. Hey, Jackie, welcome. And then we will be ready to color. Okay. Now we have all these little pieces that we don't need. Let's just get them out of the way. All right. Let's start coloring. So this guy, we don't have to color the band because that's what we're going to put our black band on. And I just used the light Parakeet Party and just colored all the dots with that. And I didn't do any of this beforehand, so you're just going to have to watch me color. But it doesn't take long. And this one I didn't do any shading. You could do some light, some dark. I just did them all light. You could put some purple dots in here if you wanted to. I was just keeping it simple. Aren't they fun Halloween colors? All right. That's that guy, because we have a band for him, so he's done. This one, I use, so this is one of the original skin tone markers that they gave us. So before they came out with the whole variety of skin tones, they gave us bronze. But I decided it would be good for a buckle. So I'm just going to color the buckle. So it's like it's a copper buckle. I could have done smoky slate. That might have looked like a silver buckle. But I thought this bronze looked like a nice copper buckle. And I'm using the thin tip again just because these are smaller areas. Okay. And then I took my pumpkin pie and I did the stripes. Come on. There we go. So I did these stripes in here. And this is the dark pumpkin pie. I'm trying to stay out of my brines. So that I don't mess it up. And then I'm doing that little white line above and below it too. Oops. Okay. One's almost done. We're going to add one more touch to it at the end, but not quite yet. All right, so for the band on this one, I used the Parakeet Party. So I just colored the whole thing with the light Parakeet Party. And then I took the dark and just did some dark on this left side. Oops. And then I will go back with the light and just blend that in. So that gave it some nice shading. And then we do not have a Gorgeous Grape. And actually, I'm not sure if that washi is Gorgeous Grape or Highland Heather. It really does look more like Highland Heather, which is the card base I used. So now we're going to take our light Highland Heather. And I'm going to do this in 2 steps. So I'll do the bottom part first, just so I have a better chance of getting it to blend. So I'm coloring this whole bottom with the light. Then we'll go in with the dark. And I'll put some underneath. And then, so I've got the same side as the band that has the dark. And then I'll take and blend that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the top. So I'll color the whole top. Trying to stay out of the green and stay in the lines. And I'll go back with my dark like I did down below and do it on this side. And then go back and blend it with the light. All right, now one last touch and then our hats will be done. Because of all the other sparkle, we need Wink of Stella. So I put Wink of Stella on this hat band, on this green. And I'm sure it's not showing up very well on camera. Wink of Stella never does, but if you've used it, you know how glimmery it makes it. And then the buckle. I decided it needed to be shiny too. All right. And I just wipe afterwards in case the Wink of Stella picks up some of that ink. I just wipe it so I make sure it doesn't transfer. All right. Our hats are done. Let's add our band to this. So because we put it on the basic white, I can just use some liquid glue. Whoa. Put that right over. Now it will go all the way across, so it doesn't fit just inside this band here. It goes all the way across, but I don't mind. Okay, now let's do our other fun sparkly stuff. So I have a piece of the designer series paper, and I started with the one I wanted in the middle, and I just lined it up along some stars. That way you can keep it kind of straight. And I'm just gonna leave a little bit on the edge. So there's my orange, and then I'll come down and do some green. Again, just kind of line it up on the stars. Will help you make it straight. And if it's not perfectly straight, it's fine. Nobody will even notice. And then our purple up above. And I'm purposely not putting those ends down, because when you first get these, it takes a minute to find where the end is. All right, now you can just pick that up and just wrap those to the back side. And I couldn't decide. You can tell me. We could leave it like this. Let me just lay these on here. And not put the other ribbon. Whoop, I forgot to grab it. So you let me know if you think we should leave it like that, or should we put, so you may not have even noticed, but I have some of this silver mesh ribbon there, and I thought it gave it a little bit of separation for the hats so that they showed up better, but maybe not, I don't know. You tell me whether you think we should put the silver ribbon on or not. I am fine either way, because I'm opening a new one of them. This was actually, I think, from last year's holiday catalog, and I'm so glad it carried over because I really love it. And it's not just for Halloween. I've used it for Christmas, for lots of different things. All right, I think it has some tape on here. I'm letting you look at. All right, Betty likes the silver mesh. 1 vote for silver mesh. Yes, Debbie says yes. Okay. I just love that silver mesh. It's very spiderwebby looking. And there's a really cute spider. I haven't, whoa, I'm so sorry. Hit the camera. There's a really cute spider in this set that I haven't used yet. Isn't he adorable? So I've got to make some more cards and use him. All right, so we're just going to lay this across. Just give ourselves enough that we can wrap it around to the back side. And it's real thin, so it will not create a lot of bulk. And my favorite thing to do with this, I had to grab my tape, is just use my Scotch tape. So just get that where you want it. Wrap it to the back and tape it. Because nobody's going to see that, so it doesn't matter. There you go. All right, now we're ready to put this on our card base. So I'll just use my stamp and seal for that. Put him in the middle. And like I said, this is a Highland Heather card base, which I think matches that washi very well. And then I used, for these two, I just put them flat. And I used, just to be sure they would stay with all of the mesh and washi and stuff, I used my liquid glue. I think I'm getting out of the picture here. Let's make sure I stay where you can see. And I put them down a little bit because if I put the whole brim up there, then it would cover up too much of the fun washi and mesh tape. So those two I just put down flat. And then the last one I put up on dimensionals. And you can see you need to be sure you always have some protective paper under your image if you're coloring it with blends, because they bleed through. Oops. And that one just goes right in the middle. Isn't that fun? Very sparkly. Even sparklier, more sparkly in person. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, I'll put the measurements on my blog shortly. And if you've commented on this video by the time I do another one next week, then you'll be in the drawing for this card. And last week we made this card, and the winner of that, whoops, is Susie. So I will get that in the mail to Susie. All right. Well, thank you all. Thank you, Betty. I'm glad you liked it, for joining me, and I will see you next Wednesday for another Facebook Live. Good night.